Hello, welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the frozen state of Minnesota. Oh my goodness. I think our high today was 6 below zero Fahrenheit. I know I have a couple non-US friends that like to pop in occasionally. Yes, it was very cold here today. I didn't go outside, and I don't plan on going outside the rest of the day. But I know the rest of the country is having winter weather as well. Snow in Houston. Oh my goodness, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay home and stamp. That's what I always like to say. So welcome. Hello, Kathy. Hope you're well. I always talk about the weather because that's something that, you know, it's not political. Well, I guess you can have opinion on whether it's cold or not. But anyway, let's move on to stamping. I have been having so much fun playing with some new products. So this is where you can find me. I go by North Star Stamper everywhere. So even my email, my personal website, my Stampin' Up! Website, obviously, my Facebook and YouTube. I'm on Pinterest and Instagram as well. Instagram, not so much. I need to get busy and start posting there more. So if you would do me a favor and share this video, I'd love to have more friends join us. Okay, so today we are talking about Sale-a-bration. Hopefully you have this brochure. Hi, Mom and Dad. It's for there. Oh, hope you got to stay inside. Kathy in Southwest Missouri says, cold here too, 20 for a high. And you are so far south, Kathy, that is chilly. Hopefully you got to stay inside today too, or at least have something warm to drink when you get back in. Oh my goodness. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we're good. So Sale-a-bration has started, and it goes through the end of February. And the ones we're working with today are in here somewhere. Did you know there's 12 free items? Actually, 14. I think there's 12 level 1. In the US, that's a $60 order. Get you a free item. This kit is so cute. I don't have it, but the printed rainbow pieces come separately, and you add them with dimensionals. Everything's in there. It's a non-stamping kit, but you get the adhesives and everything's ready to go. Oh, I have a stack of things. I want to talk about the fruit salad designer series paper. When I first saw that, I was thinking, we've had fruit before. Why are they doing it again? But then I thought, they did fruit before. Why not pull out all my fruit-related products and see how they go with them? I thought this was kind of fun. I have the strawberry punch. I couldn't find my stamp set. I spent a bit of time looking for my strawberry stamp set, but this is the strawberry punch. That's the berry, and you have some leaves and the flower that you can punch. So strawberries, and there's strawberries in this paper. This one goes with something else. Let's see. If you have this one, the Arrange a Wreath, there are pears in this stamp set, and there's pears right here. And where am I going to put these? My table is already full. If you have this basket set, the Sprinkles of Life, or this basket set, the Basket of Wishes, there's an apple here that you can put on your tree, and then there's strawberries. I thought there were apples too. I guess just strawberries to put in either of your baskets. So if you have those, they might coordinate with this paper. I have more. Just hold on. We have Cheerful Basket. I like the basket sets. Can you tell? And here we have apples. So this basket with apples would be fun with this paper. Now, they're not going to coordinate exactly, but you get the apple theme going, and they would look wonderful. If you have the Harvest Hellos, we had a punch that cut out the apple or the pumpkin. Again, this one's much more cartoony in the paper, but still, apples and apples would be so fun. And then there's some fun, let's see if they're Give an A to a Teacher would be a fun stamp to go with that paper. Okay, that isn't. All right, I have a couple more. Well, these go with other things, but let me put this aside. Somebody pointed out the mushrooms in the toadstool. Shoot, I don't remember what it's called. It's right here if I can look. Terrific toadstools. This stamp from Snailed It would coordinate nice. Or if you have this, you could get the paper, the Toadstool Garden paper. It's in here somewhere. This one. So if you have this stamp set, this paper would coordinate very nicely. Not identical, but still you've got the toadstool theme and they're very cartoony. I wonder very much if the same designer created this paper and this stamp set. And there were dies that went with that. And the last one I have doesn't coordinate with Sale-a-bration, but it would coordinate very nicely with the storybook. Storybook friends. I don't know. The storybook one. I don't have my catalog here. You can tell I was busy with other things today. But these garden picks would go really good with the story. Let me find it here. I have a box with all of my mini catalog things here. The Storybook Moments Designer Series paper. Actually, it's a whole bundle or a whole suite. I only have the paper right now. And wouldn't those picks, stamps, and dies go really cute with this? And there's another one I thought. The vegetables. It would go really cute with this too. Oh, that would be so fun to put those two together. So I might do that. That might be. Watch my blog. That would probably be the place that I would put it. So my point is, some of these things we've seen similar products before, but bring your old ones out and pair it with it and add a little something new, and it'd be really fun. So anyway, back to our list and my sidetrack there. I didn't count them all, but I'm pretty sure there were 12, and you may have missed some. So here, this is an embossing folder that we're using today. I don't know if you can see, let my video catch up. It's not a 3D, but it does give you a nice impression. Yeah, you can see it. Very good. It's called the Starburst. If you look in the middle of those, it looks like flowers. There's a star in the very middle of it. You'll see it on one of my cards in a minute. And some more stamps and toadstool paper. Did you notice the ribbon down here? And then this is the other, the stamp we're using today is Pick a Season. I'm using the Bloom Impressions Designer Series paper. There's sequins here you may have missed. A stamp set. Stamp sets are easy to see. These other things are kind of easy to miss. So look for this free notice here to find all your free items. And then there's two others that are with $120 in the US. I know it's different amounts in different markets. For $120, you can get this bundle for free. These are dies in a stamp set, or this stamp. Somebody reminded me that this would make be really fun to use on the inside of your cards when you want to just add something a little special. So what I would do is put it on the inside of my card and on my envelope. That, like one of these. Oh, the corner would be good on, probably on the back of my envelope. But what we're talking today. With the goodness. I wish there were people here that I could talk to. The Pick a Season, I think it's called. Pick a Season tree. Pick a Season. And we're talking about the markers. So I think it's the last two. Anyway, I have two teammates that joined my team because they wanted to order something that was $50 to $60. And they contacted me and said, Sue, can I really join Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator for $100? And so that was about double, or, over what they wanted to spend. But then they started getting the discount. They joined my team and joined the community. I call it a family more than a community. So one of the options, if you join during Sale-a-bration, which ends at the end of February. So you have a few weeks to decide. Option number one, if you join, it's $100 to join, but then option number one gets you this extra $91 in product. You get this stamp set. I'm on page 16 here. You get the extra stamp set and then your choice of 2 packs of markers. If you are joining and you have trouble adding those markers to your starter kit, so let me know. I guess it's a little tricky that you have to specify the 2 markers you want. It may not pop up, but anyway. The other option is if you don't want the markers, and stamp set, you can add an extra $30. So normally it's $99 and you get $125 worth of products of your choice. So option 1 is the $125 of product plus this extra 91, or the 125 plus an extra 30. Those are your two choices to join during Sale-a-bration. I would love to have you on my team. We meet twice a month if you want. Some don't meet at all, and others would probably meet with me every week, and it would be fun. I've been toying with the idea of getting together more. So anyway, that's my commercial. Oh, Kathy was talking about the weather again. Well, she was in and out today, but did have a nice snooze in front of a pellet stove just before video. Hi, Alma. Thank you for joining me. Kathy, that sounds wonderful. I wish we had a working oven, or fireplace. That would be nice. Alma, how was Florida? You picked the wrong week to come home. It's so cold, and you're even colder up where you are. Okay, so my cards this week, again, free with the $35 purchase. I'll send you 4 card kits. But don't forget, for a $60 order, I'll send you the 4 card kits, and Stampin' Up will send you a free Sale-a-bration item. So don't forget that. If you don't have purples and want a different ribbon, I might use a different ribbon today. I thought I grabbed it. I didn't. So we're using purple. This is a retired purple, but it went good with my purples. On this card, I used the postage stamp dies. For these 3 layers, I did the embossed one in Fresh Freesia. Again, I use the perennial postage dies. And then I embossed it with that free embossing folder. And then to stamp my tree leaves on, I'm using a piece of bokeh. And I just put it aside. I guess I shouldn't have done that. The beautiful bouquet. I think it's called bouquet. B-O-K-E-H. I looked it up a few weeks ago and then I forgot. So I'm using one of the pieces in here for the tree. So this is the bouquet. Let me pull one more out for you to see. So it's got dots on it. It's very lovely. Very fun. But I thought we would stamp on a piece of pattern paper. So this is the one we're going to use for our treetop. And then this piece, that's just an accent, is actually the Bloom Impressions that I use, the perennial postage dies, just to add something more to my card. So that's going to go here. I have a perennial postage there. Uh-oh. I forgot to die cut another perennial postage. So let me grab that. I forgot the white one. Oh, you know what? I may have one in here. You know how I do this? I have so much scrap white right now that I should go through and die cut a whole bunch of things. And look, I just saved myself. Ta-da, ta-da. Let's see if I have the right size. This one will work nicely. So I use an old catalog and create an envelope. And then I have extra dies that fit right in here. And so I already had it. I don't need to pull that out. All right. And we are only using markers for this card. I grabbed all my brights, and then I grabbed the extra Gorgeous Grape. That's not a bright. These are all my brights. And I went through to make this card. I used Melon Mambo, and you can see it. I don't have a real solid, bright, vivid, that's a good word, vivid stamp on this one, because my Melon Mambo, for some reason, is not as juicy as the rest of these. So most of these are 14 years old. I bought the whole set of markers at one of my very first workshops when I joined Stampin' Up 14 years ago next Sunday. So those are really old, but most of them are working really well. So they last a long time. Okay, let's start with this one. I'm going to use my Designer Series paper. Uh-oh. I am missing. my stamp set. Give me a minute here. I was distracted with football. Any football fans out there? Tony and Andrew are actually at Chili's watching a football game. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I think. There we go. All right. I'm back in on track. So this is our tree. I was playing around, and I'll show you what I've done. So this first one here, this one, I inked it up in soft seafoam because I wanted to make sure all the leaves had color. Then I used a variety of fall colors, pumpkin, Cajun craze, I can't remember what else. And then I just tapped my marker on the inked stamp, which I'm going to show you in a minute with different colors, but I wanted to talk about this one. And then I stamped it, and then in this stamp set, there are 2 other leaf stamps that you can use. You can see I used them both here. Let me get my take your pick tool. So there's this big solid one, and then this little one. This little one here. So I think the big one is supposed to be for this tree, and this little 2-leaf kind of matches the leaves in the big tree. So I think we'll use that today. And then here I played around with just tapping. I know what I did. I took the markers and I took my time, and I won't make you sit and watch me color in every leaf in a variety of colors. That's what I did with this one. I have a couple others. These were the first ones I did, just playing around with the stamps to see what they look like. You can see a little bit of a learning curve to see how to place that tree so that the trunk fits right into the tree leaves. And then they give you these other inserts for all these empty holes. You have Easter eggs. So this would be a really fun tree for Easter. They have flowers, they have hearts, and shamrocks. You could make maybe a light green with your leaves and a dark green with shamrocks for St. Patrick's Day. And then the other stamps in this set, you have a fence and some grass. And at first I thought I wondered what these would look like as bushes, but I think they're supposed to be clouds. So I would use blue paper and then stamp these in white to make my blue clouds. And so did I get everything? I think, yep, that's all of the stamps in this stamp set. So again, I'm not using any ink pads. I am only using markers today. Let me put these things aside so I don't get too confused. Okay, so for this, I am going to use, instead of Melon Mambo, because you saw that my Melon Mambo is not as juicy as I'd like it to be, I'm going to switch to Fresh Freesia. No, not Fresh Freesia. Flirty Flamingo and Berry Burst and Gorgeous Grape. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a pink themed. I'm going to hold the Berry Burst for later. I'm going to color with the side of my brush tip. I'm going to try to get them all. Let me get this out of the way. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. With the photopolymer, you can see the ink on the stamp very easily. Even a light color, although this one isn't as light as some. So I'm coloring it all in with Flirty Flamingo. And I've heard this called thumping. You just tap another color. I would use a darker color. Or you can color in leaves too. I'll just do it here and there. I want to make sure I get the edges more so you can see them. Tap, tap, tap. All right. And then I have 2 sides. I'm going to use the paler side that has the dots. So some of this ink is probably dried. So I'm going to huff on it so the moisture from my breath will moisten the ink again, and then I'll get a better image. Push that down. Oh, look at that. Very fun. Kathy says, it's good to see the stamp set in action. I agree, Kathy. There's actually a video that Stampin' Up! Put out that shows you all of the, I'm just fussy cutting, that shows you all of these celebration items. I mean, you can go on and click on what's new. No, specials? Maybe it's specials. And then if you can click on Sale-a-bration, and it'll show you all of the items that are available. I'm just going to go like that. That's pretty quick, isn't it? All right, so here's our card. We need this and our tree trunk. I really wanted to show this now because when I think of trees, I love trees in the fall, which is why I started with these the first time I stamped them. So obviously this stamp you'll still be able to use this stamp in the fall. I might show you some ideas come fall. We'll see. I do get to see what you order, so I will know if any of you order this. Then I can give you some ideas for using it. So that was Gorgeous Grape. Look at that. And I'm going to stamp in here with the hearts. We're going to make, where are the hearts? I'd make a Valentine's Day card. Well, means I need a different sentiment besides happy birthday. I don't know if I have one. Oh, I think I do. Okay, we're going to use Fleur de Flamingo. Again, the brush tip, so that's the wide end of your marker. And color that. And stamp that right in those holes. I was really proud of myself for stamping on designer series paper. I don't do that enough. I always think of designer series paper as a background. And then when DSP starts to be retired, I start using as my card basis so that I use more of it. But I need to stamp on it more. Do you stamp on your designer series paper? Leave me a comment. I would love to know. Oh, isn't that cute? You know what? There's some other empty spaces. I am just going to stamp some more hearts. Again, this is Fleur de Flamingo. I'm just going to use my hand to... Let's see here. Let's cut this off. So you can see more of that trunk. Cute. If I would probably take my time, like I did on this one, and cut around some more of the leaves just to give it a little more definition. But today I'm not going to. We're going to keep moving. So your card kits will include thick white cardstock bases. I do like the sturdiness of the thick white. And then I will cut and emboss. Ooh, that was almost. Cut and embossed a fresh freesia layer. All right, let's talk about if you don't have this stamp set. So if you don't get this stamp set with your order, you could easily just stamp hearts and make a Valentine's card, or punch a heart out of the, I'm going to give you a 3x3 piece of designer series paper. You could punch a heart out of it and stamp hearts on it, because chances are you have hearts if stamps and punches and dies. I think that's what most of us start with. It's happy birthday, and then we'll do Valentine's Day. All right, so our tree is going to go here. Let's grab some dimensionals. So as you know, I can't send you stamped images. It's against Stampin' Up policy. That there. And this is just an accent. So we're just going to adhere it with some glue. Kind of fun to use the other side. I always think of using the flowers, but it was fun just to add something here. And then this happy birthday came from the Friends for Life. I love the size of this happy birthday, but I'm going to see if this Love You fits on this piece that I have die cut. And then I can give this to Tony. I don't think it's going to fit. It is not. That Love You is longer than the banner I have. So, option number 2. We're going to put this on a block. It's longer than I think it should be. And because we're using markers, I can ink up just the love. I'm going to put this on scrap first, though. I have my garbage right next to me. Let's see how this looks. Good. I always like to practice, 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 right? All right, that's garbage again. Practice, practice, practice. Put love right in the middle there. I wish I hadn't adhered this designer series paper already. I would have put you, and then it would say Love You. But you can do that on your card. So that was another use of your markers, just using coloring or using part of your stamp. So this one said Love You, and I just stamped the love. All right, let's put some dimensionals on this. I think these cards need some bling. Oops. I'm going to put this down here. I have them off. So there are our 2 cards. That's card number 1. And you saw card number 2. Where did it go? It's hiding. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm going to put this out of the way. So this one uses that Starburst embossing folder again. Oh, here's my ribbon. I have Pretty in Pink, and then this is a retired Highland Heather, I think, or is it Gorgeous Grape? They say it's Gorgeous Grape, but I think it's very pale. So I have these 2 ribbons for this card. If you don't have either of these for your inking technique here, when you order, I'll reach out to you and see what color ribbon I should send with your cards. Okay, so I'll send you an embossed panel, and this is basic white. I think I just used regular white, not the thick. All right, and we are going to use blending brushes. Again, I'm not using markers, so I'm not going to color these in. Or not using pads, I'm using markers, so I'm going to color onto my glass mat. You could use, if you have an acrylic sheet, you could do that. You could use a block and color on a block. And then I'm going to pick up that ink with my blending brush and color in randomly. Let me turn it around this way. I'm going to pick up more ink. I like, ooh, that's kind of dark, but I kind of like it. So they're all different. Just color in, and I should have done most of one. I wanted you to see, I'm going to use a clean one here with my Berry Burst. I wanted you to see it from the start, because this obviously has ink on it already. So we'll do Berry Burst with this one. See, just a little bit of ink. And pick it up. I do want to add some purple. Although this is pretty. I didn't think of these colors. This was Flirty Flamingo and Berry Burst. Who would have thought? I would not have. So we'll use those same ones. Actually, I do want to get a darker because I like the darker border. So the stamp set and the punch I'm using are the To the Point punch. And this was I'll grab them both. It's bundled with the Valentine's Day stamp set, but there is a second stamp set available, which I thought was fabulous. So it's fun to have some new hearts to play with. And we'll do some more fresh freesia. I think this is the other one, but that's right. I want to color them in. I saw this done with 3 colors, and it was really pretty. She used like blue, green, and a bright green, a dark green, and a blue. That was really pretty. All right, let me clean this up a little bit. All right, close enough. Now we're going to use this flower. This is my favorite of the stamps in here. This flower, this border has these flowers on it. And these flowers are coordinating with so many different things that I've used in the last month. So it's really fun. Okay, white piece of paper. I probably have one handy. So there's our layer. Again, I'm using markers. Actually, I didn't use purple at all, so I will just use the 2 colors I used. Again, the brush tip on the side. If I try to color it like this, I'm going to miss spots. So I use the side of my marker, not the tip, the side. I probably wouldn't do this on a swap where I'm making, 10, 15, 20 cards or more. But for 1 or 2 cards, it's okay. I won't ruin my markers. And stamp that. Oh, so lovely. I should have looked before I stamped, but it's okay. Here's my punch. There it is. All right, and then what do I want this to say? Let's use that same one. You Make Me Smile. But I'll use my fresh Flirty Flamingo. I keep calling this fresh freesia. My Flirty Flamingo, so you'll see that it should be brighter. I really wish we could order single stamp markers. We can't. I think it was too hard to keep them in stock. There we go. Flirty Flamingo. I like the flowers on the top and bottom. So we're going to do it this way. Oh, perfect. Perfect. And then our punch from the bottom. Line it up. I'll show you before I punch it. Line it up like that. I turn it over so it doesn't go flying onto the floor. And then let's put our card together. All right. Card base. Thick white. Where did it go? I didn't put it back. My bone folder. And I like to do both sides of my card to get it to lay really flat. This is not coming off, so I am going to find my water spritzer so I can clean that off. Did you watch my Frugal Friday last week? My video on YouTube? I talked about inks, and you would not have seen me do that. I would have used that ink on, saved it for another project. So there's that. I really like this technique. It makes this embossing folder pop. Lots of, I'm going to add some more because it's not flat. The paper's not flat because it's embossed. I'm going to put that right there. Hold that down for a minute while I grab some tear and tape. I really like to use tear and tape when I'm using ribbon. This is a very strong adhesive. I don't know if Tony would agree with that. you know, he used to work at 3M in adhesives, so he probably would not call this a strong tape. But for paper crafting, it's a strong tape. He worked with adhesives that could hold airplanes, wind turbines together. He had all kinds of fun products that they used adhesives on. All right, so there's our tear and tape. And what color do we want? I didn't use purple at all, so I'm going to use the pink. Let's trim up this edge. And I like to go back and forth 3 times. 1, 2. Turn it around. 3. And then cut this at the same angle. Some dimensionals on here. I really think this needs some bling, don't you? It is across the room, so I'm not going to do that right now. But you can imagine it. Probably some rhinestones. They're pretty fun to play with and bright and sparkly. You make me smile. So these are our 2 cards for this week. Thank you for joining me. Let me go through and see if you have questions. Yeah, this definitely needs some bling. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the bling will be. It'll be a surprise. Where is my mouse so I can go through and see if you have questions? I appreciate you joining me today. Kathy says, I never thought of using the marker on the glass mat, then coloring embossed pieces with, yes, I used the blender brushes. You could use a sponge dauber too to pick that up. Oh, hi Nan, thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. You probably, were you here at the beginning and heard how cold it is here today? And hello, Sarah. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you're here. Sarah's my niece. She's about to get married next month, so we'll tell everybody that. I had asked Alma about Florida, and she says, Florida last week was a great getaway. Good for you. I'm glad you and Steve were able to go. All right. Thank you, everybody. Happy stamping. And I will talk to you again next week. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Bye.